Everybody, and welcome to this video. It's a long overdue fleet update, I know, right? I'm not sat down in this video, and you get to see all of these cars. Some of you might have not even seen them before, and there is so much to go over. We've been hit by a bus, not me, but a car. We've been taken to absolute pieces, not me, a car. We've been, the Range Rover, £1,000 odd. What a car though. And the 75 is back. This is probably the most money I've spent in the past couple of years on these cars, but it's totally worth it, and we'll get into that in this video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already, like the video if you liked it, share if you want other people to see it, and drop a comment below. What's your favourite? Do you have any tips or anything for me? And do you have any cars that you're working on this year? But without further delay, let's get into every single one of these cars, and I'll tell you exactly what's been happening. So, first one. Probably one of the main ones that you guys want to hear about, which is Project 2600R. This one is the Rover SD1. That's going to be made incredibly fast and hopefully make the 6-cylinder engine look a lot better than it does and dispel a lot of myths. So this one is just massive, right? This is just not what it was before. It's an incredibly big job, but we're getting there. We're getting there really fast. So update since you've last been here. It's stripped, so there's no suspension on the front. There's a few bits that I've put in, heads off, whole engine bay's been taken to pieces, and we've got loads of parts. So over there is a genuine Vitesse front bumper thing. This is a genuine rubber spoiler. We've got, this is for the rear. These are some Spax adjustables and some 30mm lowering springs, all nice yellow. We've got fronts and that coming as well. Down here is a fully rebuilt diff. It's a duff like bloody Homer Simpson. Fully rebuilt diff, Quaife ATB. You've probably seen it before. We've got everything we need on that. Wheels, obviously. You've seen all the radiators and all that sort of stuff. We don't need to go over that again. We've got a box full of things ready to go to be powder coated. They'll probably go at some point in the next week or so. And then we'll come over to the front. So we've literally taken everything out of this, right? It's going to have a new interior, everything. We've already done a lot of the work on the interior in terms of the carpets and stuff. It's mainly now the seats, the sound system, the door cards, and a new steering wheel, as well as some of the extra things that I'm really not going to tell you about now because it is so interesting and exciting, but we'll get onto that. A few bits in the engine bay. A lot of nice little trinkety bits, I guess. My main thing was to see if the rust came through after I treated it and then primed this. Looks fine to me. We've not got any rust. Again, this will all be redone and then sorted out. Last thing to come out of here is going to be this master cylinder and stuff, and the clutch cylinder, and the little slave thing for the compensator for the brakes. That's all getting redone. We're not skimping on any of this, right? It is complete madness. I don't think I've ever spent this much money doing a car up. In fact, I probably have actually, that Fiat outside, but we'll get into that as well. So there's just so much going on with this. It's just incredible. Everything's going to be adjustable. It's going to be a proper race car for the road with that triple carb setup, and we're really getting there. I mean, look at how clean all this is down here. If you just look at that, it's so clean and nice. I'll obviously put a proper clip in there. But we're going to be treating all this and sorting the rust out and so on. That's been like that for a bit. But we're really getting on with this. It's going to be so good. Right, it's going to be fantastic. There's even some little poly brushes there, look. Yay. So there's so much to do. It's just, what a car. It's going to be insane. I just want to get it on the road. So this is a genuine, not a fiberglass. There's a few little nicks and stuff in it, but, you know, it's not going to be silver either. I know people have been asking about the colour. It's going to be a very special. It's going to be a very special white, which you're not going to hear about for a bit. This car, a lot of people have been asking for these updates. To be quite honest with you, me working on this, right, it's a bit of a skunkworks style project. It's very, you know, it's very. I go into here at night and I reappear at some point, and I've done loads of work. Recording this sort of stuff really does take like a lot of time, and it kind of kills the fun of it. So I've recorded some of it for when the big reveal is and all that sort of stuff for it, but there's not going to be like weekly episodes on me fixing this because it's pointless. It's boring, and you guys, yeah, you don't want a 10-minute video of like unconsequential stuff from me. You just don't. There's far better things that I could be doing. So that's the SD1. I mean, bonkers. Head's going away as well. Bonkers, crazy stuff. So much to do. So much has been done. It's just going to shape up and it's going to be one of the best things ever. Trust me on that. So let's get into another car. So you join me in the next car that we need to talk about, which is probably the headliner for a lot of you guys, the Rover 75 that I've had for 6 years now. It's been questionable over the past couple of weeks and months. So quick story on this car. So essentially what happened with it was, it sort of went to pot, and the reason why is of course we use this as a daily. This is a daily car. This is, you know, this is the one that picks up the slack and gets people to work, and when something else breaks it steps in, and so on and so forth. It really does pick it up for everybody else. And reason why is it's just so damn reliable. BMW diesel engine, that Jatco gearbox never really goes wrong, except for the cooler, and everything else on it is absolutely perfect. But we started to have a few issues with it after its unfortunate winter of 24. So the car itself decided to you know, sort of disintegrate really. So there was a lot of trim issues after it had been used as a daily for a bit. So we had to solve them. The natural wear and tear of a car at 173,994 miles, and at the end of this talk we'll probably be on 174,000 miles. So there's just so much to cover with this car. It's had one foot in the grave basically. So it came off the road, I think in about December. MOT had expired and it was playing up. So we noticed that there was quite a bit of battery drain on this car. It basically you just go out to it some days, there'd be like a really nice whirring sound. You'd be like, oh, there's a fuel burning heater, maybe it thinks it's cold. But it wasn't the fuel burning heater, it was the ABS pump. So the ABS unit was constantly firing basically, and we were getting all kinds of lights on the dashboard. So that was a big thing. I went through all of it. There was a whole leak situation as well. We had loads of leaks. It was just really, really sad and really, really unfortunate, the amount of just issues this poor car was having. So I went through the whole thing, literally top to bottom, whole thing. Had a mobile mechanic come out to sort some of the brake lines. He did an absolute shocking job, I've got to be honest with you. Really not happy with that. Did a pretty poor job. Asked him to do the handbrake as well. Told me, the back plates were dead and the car was as good as scrap. So I obviously was pretty annoyed about that. I said use some Girling washers on it. They're the little tiny washers with the little wing slits out of them. Put them on backwards. You know, that'll fix it. It seemed to me like he just really couldn't problem solve with the car, and that's what I was paying him to do because I just didn't have time. So we ended up in a situation, right, where it adjusted all the handbrake and stuff, and I was, you know, it went for its MOT, and then all of a sudden that ABS thing came on again, and there we were. So the MOT got cancelled and the poor thing got, you know, sidelined for a little bit. Anyway, so I eventually put it through its MOT because I'm told, you know, it's fine, it should pass. You know, he's done all that work on it. He's said to me it should be fine. It fails on a handbrake and a front light, which I really was not happy about. So cut my losses with him and with it. Decided I'm gonna do this myself. I'll adjust it properly. It just needed the standard Rover 75 mess about handbrake adjustment with the little cogs and all that jazz. So it was just it was just one of them things. I just had to sit there and unfortunately do it and adjust it, and I'll do the whole procedure covered by DPN, one of the best Rover channels on YouTube, who he posts some incredibly useful stuff like that video that I used to figure this out. Sorted the headlight out, basically somebody had accidentally, that can't say who it was, wasn't me, had accidentally smashed the end of the xenon circuit board off, which was great. Again, just disappointed. And then after that, it was the ABS pump. So I tried cleaning the connector, no dice, took ages and ages and ages, and then eventually one of the little pins came off, so I had to replace the whole thing. So that was an absolute pain in the neck. But here she is, she's passed again. And we've got a proper under tray on her, thanks to Trikey, who I need to buy a coffee. But I didn't see you at Pride of Longbridge, so sorry about that. And here she is, she's back again. It's the one car that seems to never ever die. I sat there, I was thinking to myself, this could be the end of this, it's time for a Freelander 2. It could be the end. But again, here it is. And what's I think will kill a lot of these cars off, right, is nobody will touch them. I think at one point, right, I had something like 300 quid sat on a mantelpiece, and it was, you know, it was basically mobile mechanics everywhere, garages, nobody could seem to fit me in. You know, can you sort these problems out for me? Not the ABS pump, because we weren't aware of that at the time. Simple, adjust the handbrake at the rear and replace the shoes, and then sort out the 2 brake lines there. Fairly straightforward, easy jobs. Nobody would touch it because of what it was. And it's such a shame. It's like these things are just being sidelined because nobody knows what the hell they are. It's pretty bad that a brand with 100-year history of car production, I think it was 120 at the time. Was it 120? I can't remember exactly. It was 100 years at the time of the collapse, I believe. And nobody will touch them. Nobody will touch them for some reason. You need a good specialist. So if you get a good specialist, don't let them do you over. But geez, cherish that, because nobody will touch these cars, and it's so sad. And they're in that weird period now where it's the half and half. They're not really a classic, but they're not really an old car. So they're a bit of a modern classic. And this is the time period where a lot of cars die, because they're just at the rock bottom of the value. Well, I'd say they're mid-tier value, middle of their value, and they are misunderstood. And I think that's where we're at with the 75 at the moment, and it's quite sad. This example, obviously, 173,996,000 miles. I'm merging on the motorway, so I need to be a little bit more focused. But I am the Lord of merging. It's kind of at that point, really, where it just needs to, it's on the ropes, this poor little thing. But I'd say she's doing really well. We've obviously got the nice radio upgrade that we've had for donkey's years, but we do have a load of problems with it. So I think there's an issue with the wiring in the front bumper, because I'm constantly on -30 again. It was fine for ages, and now all of a sudden it's gone back to this. I think we might be due some sill ends at some point. I just have this feeling. Don't ask me why, I just have this feeling. And the paint, thanks to that absolute moron, and this is the condition of these people, right? There's going to be a lot of me moaning about stuff. Can't get anybody to bloody fix it, can't get anybody to paint it up here. So it's just stupid. People just are not, they don't want to do a good job, a lot of people. They don't want to do a decent job and get paid for it. They just want to smash it out, do half a job, and then stick their hand out and wonder why they're not making thousands of pounds for every single job. It's ridiculous. What a silly condition. Anyway, on the positive though, this car's still here. She'll continue to be here. Again, thought she was down and out. She's not. She's just here trucking again. Just completely ridiculous. I've had it 6 years. It's been to Europe with me. It's been through thick and thin. It's the one car that is always here and always working. And you've probably noticed I've got a driver's side cup holder as well. There's absolutely loads of just random little enhancements on this car that a lot of people have probably, they don't know about because they've never met it. But a lot of you guys that have been here a while, probably since the hair days, if you know what I mean, I'll include a clip of that. You know, you've seen this thing, you've seen it get through the bad and the good, the times that we've thought it's been dead, the times that it's had issues, the times where there was some people spreading a rumour that it was used in a ram raid, whole 9 yards. It's had everything about it. It's a proper car, this, and I absolutely love it. So with that, let's get back onto the main car, the car that some of you, the newer people, want to hear about, which is the Range Rover. And that's why I'm dressed like this, because it's infected me. It made my life miserable. Jokes. Back to the Range Rover. Next car is a Fiat Coupe. You've seen this a million times. We'll just cover that up because that looks ghastly. It's a bit dirty at the minute. This went into daily duties when the 75 was dead and the Range Rover was dead, and it's done an absolute fantastic job. I mean, what can you say about it, really? It's just a good car, and you guys have seen it for ages. Next one is the one that got hit by a bus. Conveniently, the car with the most irritating paintwork. So it was parked on the road. Somebody in a double-decker bus decided to hit it, and it smashed our little light and slightly creased the bodywork. It was a lot worse. We've sorted a lot of it out, but why would you hit a car with a bus? It was a double-decker as well. Luckily, nobody was in it, nobody died, but, you know, it's just disappointing. Disappointing that somebody hit this. They can just hit something else. This has been hit. This car's been hit. So, of all these cars, right, the Coupe's been hit, you've been hit, 75's been hit, the Range Rover has been hit on the back. The only car that has not been hit is the SD1. So, these two cars are absolutely great. And we'll get into the Range Rover now, which is what a lot of you guys want to see. So now we're in the other main event of this video. So it's the Range Rover. This car, when you last saw it, broke down, and you had to deal with me flapping for about 10 minutes about how you shouldn't buy these cars if you can't afford them, and that is still true. Cost me $1,000 and a bit. Had all the brakes flushed and stuff, and here we are. We're good. We're all pretty good. Genuine parts, only the best to ruin me. So we did that, got it back after we went to Berlin, and I ended up with the car that I just spent $1,000 on with no MOT. So that was fantastic and very eye-opening. But you know, the one thing right with this car is I just missed it the whole time. I really did miss it. It was so sad not having it. And then I got it back, couldn't drive it, and that killed me off even more. So it's been interesting. We've had this now. I mean, I bought it in September, so I've nearly had it a year. I think we're like month 10. Yeah, July's month 10. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, July, August, September. Yeah. So we've got. I mean, this car's a beast. It's just so good. Remove the side skirts because they looked absolutely trash, ghastly, awful, terrible. I hate side skirts on the side steps. Sorry, on these cars. I don't know why. I hate the fixed ones. You do you, but get them off right now. These were rusty as though I can't believe how bad they were. So we took those off, and now Katie can't get in and out, which is fine. But it's good for me. I even stand on our wall at our house and then sort of jump in. Such a man-baby behaviour, but I mean, this car's fantastic. So I've really embraced it, as you can see. I've really embraced this Land Rover lifestyle. I used to take the mick out of these people, but I've become cringe, an absolute weapon who just really likes Land Rovers and thinks he's. I dress like I own land, but I don't. But no, I like the cosy British vibes. That's kind of where I'm at, and I think I've been trying to grow into this, and this car was sort of a gateway. It was a gateway to this behaviours. So I'm here now, and I'm dressed as I do, and I drive as I do, and I've got my car, and she's been great. So I even towed a caravan in it. I know, right? Put it to work. Working Land Rovers. Put it to work, towed a caravan in it. First ever time towing anything. It was great. Wow, what a car. Like it wasn't even there. Just so impressed by its ability to do things and stuff. I just think it does a great job at everything. It's on 175,000 miles now. funnily enough, obviously, the elephant in the room, did it pass its MOT? Well, yes. I'm not a scallywag. That's why I'm driving around on the road. But she passed. And she passed well. No advisories, except for like one minor advisory. The guy even complimented her. We even had that rust sorted out as well, to a varying degree. So she's perfect. She's doing so well. And it's the fuel gauge still is broken and gives me really bad anxiety about the range of the car, but I really don't care because it's fantastic and it's the best car I've ever owned. It's just so good. It does everything, and people hate me. People hate me for it, but I love it. It's just so cool. What a car! Like I say at the start, like I've said it before, right? I think this is a bit. You guys have obviously, some of you have watched me since like I was like just a baby, but now I'm a man. And I think this car's put a lot of things into perspective for me. I think in terms of cars, right, I used to just sort of think, oh yeah, it's cool that I have like so many cars and my name's on the logbook, right? I don't really think that is necessarily that impressive anymore, to me anyway, personally. I mean, you do whatever you want, right? But for me, what's the most impressive is fleet availability. Key phrase there, right? If I have 5 cars, which we do now, and only one of them is available, why do I have 5 cars? If I can't drive these things, what's the point, right? I love owning stuff, but the idea of I've got a Range Rover, right, and I've become like the Dalai Lama. What is the point in possession? You know what I mean? As I sit here looking like I do. But to own something just to possess it is, to me, is a bit shaky. It's not for me. That's just not right. I think as well, especially like to other people. At one point, right, we had like 6 cars, and only one of them worked, and then that one car broke down, and then none of them worked, and everyone was like, why have you got so many cars yet none of them work? And it kind of clicked when I got this, and I was like, why do we have so many cars that don't work? So my key goal, my guiding light for this year has been fleet availability, making sure as many of these cars are available as humanly possible, and they're constantly available, because that is the key to these cars and having, you know, a good time. Because I got so sick of looking at certain cars and being like, oh, for God's sake, I hate you because I'll never get to drive you this year, or I'm going to have to splash X amount of money, that can wait, or we'll leave that, or we'll get it on the road but we'll half-arse it. We shouldn't be doing that. I think it's yeah, it's for the love of the game, obviously. I love it, but I feel like I've kind of grown a bit past that bit, and I think you should be judged upon your fleet availability like it's some sort of weird haulage firm. But I think in terms of cars, right, I've been the happiest I've ever been with these cars. You've got the 75, an icon, love it, linked to Longbridge, perfect. Been with me 6 years, thick and thin. You've got your Range Rover, British as it comes. Yeah, I know there's it's owned by Tata in India, but you know, it is what it is. You've got the MX5, which is Katie's, lovely, funnest car on the planet. Fiat Coupe, another like icon of my time. Just a brilliant car that I've had for ages. That's sort of like my baby Ferrari. I've had that years, and it is a monster, lovely 5-cylinder. And then you've got, what else have we actually got? Have I listed out? Oh, the SD1. That's it. Then you've got the SD1. That's the big deal, big, fast, crazy little funny car that I'm doing up, and that sort of scratches that itch. I think I've got everything to scratch an itch, and I think it's so easy to get trapped in this. I've got to get better, I've got to go more, I've got to get, you know, I could quite easily, I think, if I wanted to go get something silly, I could quite easily go get like some 996, 911, the egg fried 911, with the weird lights, but that's not going to make my life much better. It's just not. It's just a car. Yeah, I love cars, like, of course I do, but you got to think about other things. Oh my God, Snow White. you've got to think about other things, and that's kind of it. So yeah, unfortunately I've gone all countryphile. I know it's a bit sad in it, but it is what it is. And yeah, you could totally, if anybody spins in the comments, if anyone spins that in the comments, you get an award of what you could say to that response. So I'll leave that up to you guys. But Range Rover, Rover 75, SD1, Coupe, Mazda, bang on, perfect, love it. Best set of cars we've ever owned. Think back to the days of, some of you guys might not have seen it, where I had a Rover 827 Vitesse, a Maestro, a Cortina, a 75, a Fiat. I've had another Fiat Coupe. I've had loads. I've had loads of cars, and I think at this point right now, trundling through the wonderful British countryside, I am the happiest I've ever been with what I've got. And with that, it's the end of another video. Of course, we'll be back to our usual programming next week. So thank you for watching, keep watching, and remember to subscribe for more of this, and I'll see you in the next one.